Andrew, Kenton and Amira Lollysa did not get their happily ever after. Or anything close to it. In fact, Andrew accused 90-day fiancé and Amira of lying about him through his on-screen depiction. The exes have more than grief and 15 minutes of fame after their almost relationship. Andrew still has the Neil Lane ring. And now, he's auctioning it off to the highest bidder. Like so many couples from this franchise, Andrew Kenton and Amira Lollysa first met online. He and the France native began a long-distance relationship. In 2018, they met in person for the first time. In Las Vegas, he proposed, and she accepted. The couple immediately launched the K-1 visa process. As we know, however, this is a lengthy and expensive undertaking. Andrew received approval for Amira's K-1 visa in early March of 2020. Anyone remember what happened that month? With the COVID-19 pandemic unleashed upon the world, the United States placed a too late travel ban on Europe. Amira could not simply wait a few months or few years to move. The moment that the K-1 visa received approval, the 90-day clock began ticking. Andrew and Amira had to find another way for her to enter the country. They came up with a wild scheme, in which they would meet up in Mexico. Amira would self-quarantine, they would have a sexy vacation, and then enter the United States together. That is not how things worked out at all. Amira found herself detained in Mexico and then deported back to Europe. We still have questions about that. Meanwhile, Andrew for some reason, continued to enjoy a solo vacation while Amira underwent detention and deportation. With the pandemic still in its early weeks, Andrew managed to talk Amira into trying again. Click on the bell icon to stay up to date on my new videos. This time, she went to Serbia, where she would have to isolate in her hotel room except to get food. Meanwhile, Serbia was home to civil unrest. That was complicated, to say the least. Andrew continued to push Amira to come to meet him. She was increasingly hesitant, unsure if she truly loved a man who seemingly cared so little about her well-being. Finally, they had a pretty vicious text message fight. Amira ended up not taking her final flight to see him. It was over. Famously, after the breakup, Andrew asked Amira to send back her rings. Some people ask that, especially if the ring is an heirloom. Some places have specific laws about who gets to keep an engagement ring if it's called off. Amira obliged, but she clearly felt weird about Andrew's request. Earlier this year, Andrew Kenton moved to Portland, leaving the rings in the care of his mother and sister. On his behalf, sister Connie is now auctioning off the rings on eBay. Though the jewelry has a reported value of over $7,000, the starting bid is only $1,000. The white gold ring features an eye-popping emerald. Amira apparently spent a lot of time customizing the ring. Some may see this as less of a jewelry auction and more of a chance to own a piece of 90-day fiancé history. By the way, Andrew says that he sent her hundreds of dollars in Kim Kardashian makeup to get her to return the ring. Whether that impacts how prospective buyers view and value the ring is anyone's guess. Neither of these two got a happy ending. But maybe a 90-day fiancé fan will get a ring out of the deal.